Yo, 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 it's your boy Sean P, aka P Gunner with my man,
Ripper Parlay.
yo, or Parlay Ripper. So, today on this episode, we're gonna go to some more simpler things. This episode ain't gonna be as long as the last one, but however, we're gonna give you a little bit of everyday perspective from us two handsome young gentlemen.
Man, I was in my feelings.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. We all got them. So, some people like to flex like they don't got them.
Buck.
So, today we're going to get into a little black history. We got to get to a dip and dive into our little black history with our peoples. Give a little like, if you was there, if you had a time machine type of thing, what type of famous black inventor or any famous black person or somebody that's black that may inspire you.
Yeah.
That's made way back in the days before your days and stuff like that. So we're trying to get a mindset of that. If you could, we had a time machine.
Hey man, I'm ready for this, cause bruh, it's gonna surprise you. You know what I'm saying? Or what people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, for sure.
the reaction from my answer when you say this about this black history.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like let me give it from my point of view, give it from yours, everybody more entitled to sit back and comment on the YouTube page. We're on Spotify now. The link is on Spotify and YouTube. On YouTube is under All Skull Productions. If you see my face on there, you're at the right spot. And on Spotify is also on that page, my All Star Production Facebook page, and it's on YouTube. So once you get to All Star Productions on YouTube, you found us, and that'll give you the link to Spotify. Sorry.
Hey, but you can also check us out on Facebook, coming soon, maybe, Instagram and TikTok.
Oh yeah, it's coming all.
We
all
fresh,
platforms.
all the way live from the attic. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we chilling though. Looking at a little old school right here. Old school.
Rush hour.
And it rules, baby.
Yeah. And the second topic we're going to be talking about, of course, is college basketball, women and men's. Give a little 5 to 10 minute brief, insight on that from from what we watched and stuff like that, or what I watched. Give a little insight on that. And
Hey,
the national
man.
championship was today.
Hey, them games was rolling tough.
Yeah.
Last night, boy, they was
yeah.
balling.
It was balling for sure. Today was the national championship game. And today is April 7th, is it not? Is it not April 7th today?
It is, but the game is on tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, the national championship is going to be on Monday. And that's when everybody's going to hear this show, because I'm going to edit and do my thing and put it out on YouTube and Spotify. And soon to be coming to Apple Podcasts and stuff like that. Just got our camera rolling. It's the first episode. We actually got a camera.
Hey, so you can see us. What's happening? What's happening? And what's up, Jack?
Oh, yeah. You already know what
Hey, look here. I want to send a shout out to the crib. What's up?
Jacktown. Shout out to Jacktown. Straight
What's
from
up,
Columbus.
Jacktown? Hey, that boy First Take. Hey, First. Hey, I've been looking at you, man. I've been sending comments to you. If you see this, bro, hey.
Shout out to Jacktown. I love the South. My aunt
Man, love
actually lives in Meridian. So, I think that's 601, ain't it? Or 603 or something like that. It's one of
It's six. I think you around the 601. You still the
the
601.
601,
Still the whole.
I had a shirt. My
The
aunt gave me
whole
a shirt,
601.
yeah.
Hey, but look here. I want to send a shout out to all my CBs and all my CSs there on the yard. One yard to another. You know what I'm saying? Right there at Jackson State University. The Jackson State University. Sonny Boom on the South
sure.
representative right here. Look here, man. Look. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all got we got, misinterpret at that little thing, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm saying. KB the band head told you. But you know what though? Man, overall, Man, y'all did a good job for these old heads, bro. We
Clap it
recording,
up,
right?
clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
You know what I'm talking about?
Off
For
top.
real, for real. SOP 95, that's me. You know what I'm saying? But look here though. Man, I want to talk about these sports, man, first, bro, because they were balling yesterday, man.
We gonna go straight into sports after
Man, I
take a
want to
little
do
break?
that. I want to do that, man.
For sure. But the third and not the last, we're gonna talk about different ways to build your credit, different methods you can use. Rob, you always gave me advice. We
Yeah,
both
I
gonna
did.
touch in on it. I'm actually using it now in a certain way. And we'll get more on that once we after we get done with the sports or whatever. And then we're gonna leave everybody with some inspiring words. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because everybody need to hear them. Even everybody go through their own share of grief or adversity
true,
and need them type of things to lift them up, get them back motivated, and get them
true.
determined. And I'm a type person. I may need to hear them from time to time too, even when I'm having a bad day. That's the best thing you can hear from me. You know what
True.
I mean? So we're gonna leave a little bit of words like that to close out. This episode, like I said, it's not gonna be as long as last one. We just got going last one real tough, and we'll keep it brief.
You
And
know, my nog was in his feelings. You know what I'm saying? I had to call on my relatives, man. Hey, Texas. Hey, man, I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you put me back on my thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Shout out.
You know
Hey,
what I'm
you know what?
saying?
Shout out to all my homies and anybody that believes in me and actually watched this show with us and stuff like that. Took the time
Believe
out
in us.
to like and subscribe. That's big, and I appreciate it. I
For
would
real.
appreciate everybody who will take the time out to actually even listen to 5-10 minutes of it, just to take that time out. And I really appreciate it. Shout out to my mom, dads, everybody that I love and stuff like that, and whoever's supporting this show and whoever's take a little bit of time to listen out.
You know, even though we may be the po man's podcast, but you know what I'm talking about.
Hey,
Hey,
we
it's
get on fabulous over
real.
here. We get on fabulous over here, as you can
It's
see.
real.
So we're gonna make it do what it do. But however, we about to take this little intro break. I'm gonna have a different song. Um, this song is called "Good Old Days." It just reminds me of the good old days, and
Oh yeah.
we're gonna get it cracking. Y'all got it straight from the attic, ain't that right, Rip Dog?
You know what I'm talking about.
Let's get it.
Damn, I wish the 90s could stay. Pay phones we paid in the good old days. Just rolling around with the six, where we fought with fists in the good old days. Game Boy, Sega Genesis, TV Tune the Nick in the good old days. Put my shoes on, go outside to play. Think back, reminisce about the good old days.
Just bring me back to the good days. Long walks to the store from the bread I made. Pops worked us like some slaves, and he didn't play that shit when we misbehaved. I throw it back to 96. I set a doghouse on fire and I got my ass kicked. Easter Sunday, left them Easter baskets. When the fair came to town, my parents I'm harassing. I missed the family trips to the cabins. My uncles let me earn some bread when I ain't have it. A dollar bill was like candy magic. Saturdays, X-Men was a weekly habit. Born in 88 like Roger Rabbit. Talking back to my mom, she'll let me have it. Like Tyler said, I wish the 90s could stay, cause I stayed reminiscing about them good old days.
Damn, I wish the 90s could stay. Pay phones we paid in the good old days. Just rolling around with the six, where we fought with fists in the good old days. Game Boy, Sega Genesis, TV Tune the Nick.
Yo, now we back. I'm back with Rip Parlay.
You know it, Jay.
Hey, as he said before we took that break, we're going to sit back and get into these sports. You know what I mean? It's been a nice little mix-up, but it's no surprise when it comes to the outcome of the Elite Eight and Final Four. Really no surprise because I believe in women's and men's basketball, the national championship came down to the number one seeds.
You know it. And them cats was balling, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, the men and women. You know what I mean? The women's ratings actually this year has been I
Hot.
think it's history. It was history in the making.
You know
In
it.
their in their ratings.
Uh-oh. Live from the attic. I'm
You lie,
telling you
yeah.
now.
You live from the attic.
Hey.
You hear my neighbors out there revving them engines up. You know what I mean? Excuse that, but we coming live from the attic.
Scoo, scoo.
The title does not lie. You coming literally from my attic. You know what I mean? Like
You know
the
what I'm
shape
talking
of the graphic on there is the shape of my house.
Hey. Live from the attic.
So the first thing we're gonna go into was what led us to the national championship game, the Final Four. You had UConn versus Alabama. That was a pretty close game at first, a little bit, but of course UConn on top. UConn was the number 1 seed. Alabama was a 4 seed. South had to represent. They made history themselves.
Yeah.
They made history themselves. They had a pretty good run.
Hey, let me tell you, the history is what Charles Barkley had to say about that red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Charles Barkley. He gave his props at the end of that game though, because they had a good run. They had a very good run. But Charles Barkley do not like that red. He's a war eagle.
You know it.
Alabama hater, Auburn alum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, we would come to that game. That's how UConn advanced to the national championship game. And then, of course, the last episode we was recording, who was we watching? What you call him, big man? Call him what you call him, Dreadlock? Call him Dreadlock, Mr. Burns Jr., I believe that's his name.
Yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah, but they came up a little short. Their score was 50 to 63, I believe.
Hey, but you know what though? I looked up that cat, man. That cat, he transferred to 3 different schools, and he has 3 different titles.
Yeah, you're right. He did his thing. Definitely throughout that whole run, there was an 11 seed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That NC State, they won the national championship before back in the day. But however, that was a good run for him. Good run for them. And I've been hearing some crazy stuff outside of that. Is that he been actually getting scouted by NFL people to be an NFL, some kind of type of NFL pick because his height and size and how quick is his footwork.
Hey,
That's good for a lineman, though, man.
That's
so
a
it
big
can transition.
boy.
There was a couple people that transitioned to that played basketball and then ended up having successful NFL careers. So
Charlie Ward.
yeah, Charlie Ward, yeah, but I'm talking about so far as basketball, but big
Come on
man,
now.
but big man, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Tight
right.
ends, there's been a couple. Antonio Gates, he's one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
True.
yeah, so when it comes to that, it's going to lead us to the national championship game. It's going to come up on Monday for the men's. It should be a pretty exciting one.
Get it, my
Yeah,
nigga.
get it. So sorry about the, they keep on racing their cars up and down the street. I guess right when I, of course, do my podcast, but it's all good.
And we want to make it as live and as true as we can relate
This
to
is
you.
every day. This is every day. We're everyday people. So ain't no sugarcoat. You getting it live from the attic for sure.
That's what I'm talking about. You hear all that zoom.
Yeah, so I was kind of disappointed today in the women's national championship game. Not because of who came out on top. I was disappointed because it came on so early.
Well,
They could have put my ladies on prime time.
man.
It started at 3 o'clock, so by the time I really got into it, it was past the second half. You know what I mean? And first of all, not to cut you off, congratulations to the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Yeah, give it up to the South, baby. You know it.
Miss Staley, she did her thing. She definitely deserves it. The team deserved it. And they had all 5 new starters.
Well,
37-0. 38-0, I believe. One of the two.
hey, they did it. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you represent the South. That's all I'm going to say. Represent it.
She deserved everything. That team was incredible. I watched the end of it today. I'm gonna catch up on some more highlights on that. I'm kind of disappointed because I really didn't catch that the time was going to be at 3 o'clock. I believe it started. And to me, with a national championship game, with all the ratings and stuff like that going into that game, it should have been a little bit more. You know what I mean? Prime time ish. I know people are going to work on Monday and stuff like that, but the Super Bowl, people are going to work on Super Bowl Sunday, right?
Well, um, it's unfair treatment to me because a lot of that don't get publicized like that. So you know how it go. Football rule, the gridiron, you know that.
Yeah, it does. It does. I know the Super Bowl is the game of the year for Americans and stuff like that, and there's no problem with that because I love the Super Bowl as well. I said the stupid, but the Super Bowl as well.
But look at this though. We should take a poll on, you know what I'm saying, the Super Bowl, because you got the Super Bowl of football, you got the Super Bowl of soccer. So what's the difference between the pigskin and the checkered white ball?
I mean, it's just something about the tradition of the Super Bowl, especially now with the commercials, and something about that contact, your favorite team, where you from. Um, I don't go for the home team. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm not trying to make myself look like a hypocrite, but I love the teams. I'm not a home team type of college guy. I'm a go blue type guy, all the way through and true.
Oh, we see you. We see you.
Oh,
see
yeah,
this
for
big
sure.
ass gold M right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, definitely. But and for football, I love my Tennessee Titans, of course. We ain't have a good year this year in the last couple years, and but we getting back. New head coach. We'll see what we got to offer. Make some moves in the off season. So, but I'm not gonna let that distract me from giving the scores what led to the women's Final Four.
Hey, say it out.
You know
Say
what
it
I
out.
mean? So Iowa got into Iowa women, the Lady Hawkeyes, got into a tough battle with UConn, but they came up a bucket over them, and then advanced to the national championship game, which was played today. They did that, I believe, Friday. Caitlin Clark, I think she only had like 21 points. She didn't do her normal go off thing against them, but the team was stepped up and got them to the national championship game. And South Carolina, they had to sit back and take care of the NC State, which I actually watched that game. NC State, they had a good center. Their center was killing. South Carolina got a very good center as well. She was killing. It was South Carolina just played more like a team.
Mm-hmm.
The lady Gamecocks, they played more as a team than NC State. They had more people to step up in different positions, and they took care of them.
Well, if you put everybody in the game, man, you have no choice but to win the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, if everybody scores 6 points or better, you don't have to score over 20 points. You really don't have to score over 12 points. But if you put everybody in the game, man, oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's definitely, what I mean. But they ended up winning that game, I believe 59-78, I believe. I could be mistaken. I could have my, it's hard for me to see this paper. Yeah, 59-78, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, you got eyes on your face. How come you can't see?
Hey man, I'm trying to be swagged out with this lighting and everything, but it's my worst enemy right now. These glasses is not for show.
Hey, it's all good. That blue is rocking though. That blue.
Yeah, I had to
rocking.
represent the first video. The blue. We got to sit back and represent, man. I gotta pray to my God right here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put that title behind me one time. You know what I'm saying? So we can. Oh, post it up. My bad. I'm
it's all
tripping.
good. No,
Put that title up somewhere around here so we can see that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be enhancements. It might look a little funky from everybody else's perspective and point of view, but ghetto fabulous. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
But however, with the women's college basketball led us up to the national championship game that just went off maybe a couple hours ago, a couple hours ago, I should say. I was watching that, like I said before. I caught it a little late, and Caitlin Clark, even though she went to 2 straight national championship games and fell short, everybody gotta give her props, man. She's a baller. She's a baller. Everybody gotta give her her props. You cannot sell her short on anything she did. She should be honored as a legend no matter what because she done broke the NCAA record. all kinds of records. Not even to mention Iowa records. So
Well, give her accolades. So, you know, much congratulations to you, Miss Lady, and keep balling them. Yeah.
yeah, she was doing that thing. She's the next Steph Curry, just a woman. But she's a sharpshooter, but she couldn't do everything on her own. And I told my friend I was talking to the day before, like, listen, if they sit back and hold her to a certain amount of points, and her teammates don't step up and have multiple people in double figures, I kind of figured it was going to be South Carolina's game right then and there. Now, if she went off like she did against the LSU, they let her do that, then that's a different story.
But you know what? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Well, South Carolina, they are undefeated. I mean, 5 new starters is incredible.
That's what's up.
So, however, we're going to move on to the next topic. We're going to talk about some black history. A little bit of black history, just in a creative way. It's not your typical just say, who's your favorite person that you look up to. We're gonna make a little twist with it when it comes to that. Let's say if we had a time machine. I know a lot of us wish we had one of those, and I am one of them people that wish we had one of them. One of them things we can, go and redo certain scenarios and situations we've been through. But my man Rip Dog, if we can sit back, and I'm gonna touch on me after I get to you. If we can have a time machine and just can go back and maybe revisit somebody that's historic, a black inventor, a famous black inventor, a mathematician, or whatever, person you might have looked up to as a good leader, a famous black leader, historic black leader. Somebody like that, how could you sit back and partner with that person if we had a time machine? Or how would you put yourself in that area?
I don't know, man. That's a hard question to ask. Just really to just answer it. But it's a hard question you asking me.
This is with a little twist, just to throw you off a little bit. Just any famous black inventor, something that's
man, you know what?
very popular today.
You know what? Really,
It's a lot of them
they're
too.
not popular, but
No, I'm talking about so far as the inventions that those people have done.
oh, this is a major invention because everybody use this invention every day.
Oh yeah, I can name one too.
And we bitching right now because the gas prices are so fucking high.
Yeah, it's terribly high.
Look
Trust
here.
me, three
You
dollars,
know-
3.5.
Yeah,
per gallon.
throughout history, even when we was in school, we always learned about Henry Ford and the Ford Company.
There you go.
See, I wish I could sit back and sit in like a fly on the wall when the Pattersons were the first, they were brothers. They were the first black people to invent the car. A lot of people think it's Henry Ford, but it's not. They invented the first production.
Is that
line.
right?
Yeah, but
So what's
still,
the brother's name that really
I know one of them is C.J. Patterson. I forgot the other guy's name, but they still trying to give credit to Henry Ford for the production line, but still, those brothers invented that production line. They just didn't get the credit for it. You know what I'm saying?
it's a lot of things, and I don't want to get too touchy with that, but it's a lot of things that has been taken credit, haven't been given credit, I should say.
That's true. And let me tell you, the designs for the Model T Ford kinda, to me, now, maybe alleged, looks a lot like the Pattersons.
Hey, me personally, I'm gonna have to look into that, and y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. And just give me some insight, because as like I said before in the intro, my homie Rick Parlay, he knows some things that I don't know, and I learn from him all the time. So
Man,
give y'all's
look
feedback
that
on
up.
that too.
Look that up, man, because see,
Yeah.
I would love to see how the Fords took advantage of them.
Yeah.
What was really the conversation? Did they send? Cause you know they were best friends with um
Oh, you teaching me something, man. You definitely
um
teaching me something.
George Washington Carver. He was the one.
Oh, you talking about the peanut butter?
Yeah, he was the one talking to the plants, right?
Yeah, he created peanut butter.
Okay, so you know they were best friends with him. So I'm wondering, did they send him to him to get under him to get closer to them? You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, it's a lot of different things, and there's a lot of different
You
resources
know, that's
and
something that,
to learn about. And, you know, a lot of people don't pick up books no more, or you know, there's a lot of online books to really learn, and I'm learning to do that myself. To read a lot more, it's good for your brain. Get your brain exercise in, and that's
yeah,
reading. And you know, going away from it for a while, you'll notice the difference when you try to read a book. Go back to it. You gotta exercise your brain.
yeah.
You know, but from my perspective, with if I had a time machine, and I go back in time, and it might be like a area a lot of people probably wouldn't want to be in, but I want to see how it was when Malcolm X was. You know, he was such a leader. He was fearless. You know, he stood for what he believed in. He wasn't scared. Kind of similar to Martin Luther King,
No, I
but
don't think so.
you know, kind of similar in a certain way. In a certain way, because he was a leader.
I think that he was more powerful than in certain ways he was more powerful.
Mr.
Than
Malcolm
Martin.
Little, that's what he grew up as. He grew up in the South, right?
Yeah, I think his movement was more powerful than Martin.
Yeah, but they had to take him out because I mean,
He had too
each
much
one,
power.
yeah, he had a lot of power, and then he was more rebellious. Then Martin Luther King preached peace, and he did too to a certain extent. But he
Yeah.
said that by any means necessary, he gonna do what he got to do.
But you know, the thing of it was, Martin had that voice. You know what I'm saying? And really, he wasn't like what we should have had in
Right.
Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Because we should have had that in Malcolm. Because see, if we did have that, then we would be more
See,
sustainable.
Malcolm X, he came he was born in Alabama, but he was in Milwaukee at a certain point. I believe
Yeah.
he grew up in Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken, because I know because I was a kid, and that's why I say if I had a time machine, I'd go back in them times and kind of see his leadership and his leadership skills and all that. And I did book reports on him. And I remember my mom taking me to the library, and that, you know, back in the days we really had to read books or whatnot online,
Hmm.
and I read up on him. That's how I knew his name was Malcolm Little.
But
growing
did
up.
you know also, besides the guy that he met in jail, Red Fox was another impressionable person on his life because that was his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of people don't
No,
know
I don't
that.
know that. Trust me, I don't know that. This is,
Shorty
yeah.
in the movie, Shorty is Red Fox. That's real life. You know what I'm saying? Shorty was the one running with Malcolm when you seen him doing all the things that he was doing in the movie.
Right.
But see, they never said Red Fox.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Red Fox was Shorty in the movie. That was his best friend.
Right.
And he was the one who really influenced him to do more than what it was that he was doing. Even when you seen the conversation in the jail cell when they had between the two, when he had brought the chicks with him. You know what I'm saying? He
You
had
talking
came
about in
back.
that movie, right?
Yeah, in,
Yeah.
in Malcolm X.
Where he got assassinated at the end of the movie and all that.
No, it was before that. You know,
No, I know. I'm talking about the same movie. I mean, I
yeah,
don't
but
think
they
it's
just
another
they
documentary, so.
didn't add the scene to where it's that he had came back because he had been visiting Malcolm
Right.
and telling him because he remember the first time he came it was just him and he was telling him that hey I'm changing my life this that and the other.
Right.
But Red went back several times and told him hey man you know influence him to change his life. Yeah, this is the best thing for you. I support you. What a real friend should do.
Right.
But Shorty in real life is Red Fox. That was his best
Okay.
friend.
Okay. You know, let's give us a little food for thought for sure, man. You know, like that's something good to put on the tip of your mind if you ever get the time to actually look into that. What Homie
You-
Lip Dog said though, that's
You can
intriguing.
Google it. You can
That's
look at
intriguing
it.
information. But that kind of leads us to this next topic, man. Like we always talk about us as people, not just as black people, To be a rich man without being a rich man in America is to have what? Good credit, right?
That's true.
You're a rich man in America with very good credit. And that's the thing, I want Rip Dog to kind of give everybody a little insight on it as well, and I will put my little input on it as well. The things you could do to try to kind of build your credit and things you shouldn't do, stay away from, things like that, or the best plan if you don't have any credit on how to build credit.
Well, I'm not the
Advisor, I know that, but
you know what I'm saying, but I can tell you what I learned from an older gentleman that I met in one of the racist states in the union. You know what I'm saying? But he put me on something because he's an immigrant. He came here from I want to say Romania, I think. But how I met him, I was groomed to be a manager of a hibachi restaurant.
Right.
And at the time, my boss, he was like, well, I want you to do this hibachi, and you would be like one of the only black hibachi chefs, you know what I'm saying, here. So, I'm going to show you how to do this. But in return, he introduced me to people, but he introduced me to this one guy. This one guy, he had the pool, he had the state of Alabama as a pool in his backyard, and also he had a 19-hole golf
the shape
course.
of his pool is the shape of Alabama?
The shape of the state of Alabama. He had a 19-hole golf course in the back of his yard, So he was telling me, he was like, well, Rip, I don't know your background of life, but, I own these, you know what I'm saying? He bought a lot of salvage stores.
Yeah.
Back in the South. So he was like, man, I'm going to tell you one thing that you can do. This is a poor man's way to gain credit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. Well, let me know. Let me pick up on something.
Right.
So he was like, man, look here. The one thing you need to do is, if you're thinking about getting a car or anything like that, everybody research their credit report. That's good, but you got these different credit apps out here. So, the one thing that I advise, what I'm saying, just like I advise you to do, get on that Credit Karma.
My point of view.
Get on that Credit Karma.
Yep.
And when you get on that Credit Karma, get you one of those Credit Karma cards, debit or credit. You can have your check deposit to that credit card.
I got it in my wallet right now. I got a Credit Karma card right now.
Now, when you do that, take that Credit Karma card and pay whatever established item or material item that you need to build assets or credit with. So what I'm saying is, you can have your check deposit to this Credit Karma account.
Get the direct deposit set up.
And you pay your car note, rent, if you have a mortgage or whatever with that.
Right.
Along with that, when you pay that, when you get paid again, install payments on that card to where it's that you showing them a sign of revolving credit. That's what they want to see. Revolving credit.
Yeah, they definitely. And credit, just not having enough credit could affect you as well. Just like a lot of younger people coming up and they don't have enough credit, or your credit history, your payment history is very important as well.
Well, the one thing I can say, no credit for the young folks. No credit is bad credit, but no credit is also good credit because you have to establish your credit.
Establish your credit.
And a lot of people go out here and get these credit cards and things like that. If you're going to do that, you need to get you a secured credit card. You can do it with an unsecured credit card, but it won't move as fast. But if you're going to get you a secured credit card...
Oh, yeah. You got to get a secure one.
A minimum limit, you can
also $300 and keep on. As long as you pay your stuff on time, your credit limit will increase.
And check this out. Even if you get a credit card limit, the same limit as your car note, you know what I'm saying, you would pay that credit card with that Credit Karma card, and
And
then
that's what
you'll
I was
pay
gonna get to
everything
from
off
my
in
perspective.
installments.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and
With your
yep.
paycheck or however you get paid.
That's exactly what I was gonna get to from my perspective. What you talking about right now? I
Mm-hmm.
do have a Credit Karma card, and I don't have it set up for my direct deposit just yet.
Mm-hmm.
But however, I do have a credit card.
You don't have to put your whole check on that. You can set a payment amount limit.
Yeah, you get deposited to that,
Right.
and then the rest on another one.
Right. You
Yeah,
know
you
what I'm
can give
saying?
it to your HR director, and they'll deposit to two different accounts or whatever.
Right. You
But
know.
my goal is with the credit card I got. I started off with a very minimal balance, and more as I pay, the more my credit limit go up. So my ultimate goal is the only thing I use it for is gas.
This was after I told you, right? After I
way
told you
after,
what you
way
were doing.
after, way after.
And you've been doing that, right?
I just started. After you told me like 2 years ago, a minute ago.
You should
But I
have
wasn't-
did that then.
Yeah, I should have did it then, but I refinanced my car.
Okay.
I got a slightly different car payment. It's cheaper. It saves me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to knock it off so far as my credit. I done paid some things with some of my tax money to knock off some old delinquent things off my taxes to get my credit score to go up. Because like I said at the beginning of this episode, you're a rich man or woman if you got good credit in America. So refinanced my car a year ago.
That's the thing. You what people don't know is that when the money run out, you know how you hear all these people on sometime on Facebook and YouTube talking about what the dollar is not valued as the amount that it was. You're gonna need credit. With that being said, I think so because you hear these commercials all the time talking about sign and drive.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
And they trying to get it out there. You know what I mean? For sure.
That's what I want to be able to do. I want to get my credit right to where it's that, damn, putting some money down. I want to sign my goddamn name. My name is worth more than money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get my shit.
And then you got a less of a down payment, less monthly payment.
Right.
I mean, credit is very important. So like I said, I sit back and refinance my car, got my payments a little lower, got me a credit card. I've been paying on it for a while. I'm trying to get my credit limit to increase to where I can pay my car payment. I can just use that once a month, pay them what they need me to pay them, and that's slowly, like you said, two birds with one stone.
Mm-hmm.
But not that's like a double credit thing. As long as you're paying your credit card payments,
Mm-hmm.
building credit two different ways.
But see, like you got that car is, I'm gonna say it's kind of a major asset, just like the house is. It's a major asset, and the more you pay into your asset, like especially that car would be the first thing that you would pay off faster than the
I
house.
have to. Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? But the amount of time and the amount of time you put in to show them that revolving credit, your credit will shoot up. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when you get ready to go get the car that you want, when you get ready to go get the car that you want, you be able to sign and drive.
Oh yeah, sign and drive, man. That's my goal. And then on top of that, I got dreams of owning my own house.
Yeah.
I pay rent, so that's a major motivation for me to get out here and get my credit right. And my credit never. It's just a couple dumb things I did as a younger person in my 20s. And you know, what I mean, I got a couple of them things off. Like I said, I used my tax money for that. I did some dumb shit. You know, so.
Well,
At the
look,
end of the
man.
day, I got it right now. So I got the right credit score. I'm eligible for a loan, and just trying to keep on building to where I can at least get my kids my house when I get older.
Well, that's
I can't
what you
get
want to
nothing.
do, man. You don't want to sell anything that's of a major asset. You want to keep it in the family because
Facts.
that's what some of the others do. You know what I'm saying? I learned something the other day. A cat was telling me about how most others, when they think about leaving kids things, people tentatively think about
materialistic, yeah,
money
man,
in the
major
bank.
materialistic things, like the most cliche materialistic things.
Right, they think about money in the bank, but
Yeah,
this person told me, man, if you buy assets like land, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
houses.
and that pays off more to where now if you got multiple kids, they can fight over, but it's like
Hmm.
it pays off more because depending on how many kids you got, or you can just have one kid, they got somewhere to call home. But that's the most important thing to me.
And also, you don't have all them fees taken out on you if you make a single sale of an
Right,
item. You know what I'm
right,
saying? You get
right.
taxed one time. You know what I'm saying?
Or
So
you can break it down to two different payments. At least that's
that's
how it is in Ohio.
that's true.
It breaks down state to state. Property taxes. What my homie Ripper Parlay is speaking of.
That's what I just learned, man. I learned this from an old cat, man, from my job. He just retired. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
this cat got, man, like a $500,000 crib. Old cat got 3 levels to it, and it's sitting on the hill beside the lake. But he got 3 decks on his house. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
see, if you determine and that's what you want, if you got a vision, and that's gonna lead us to this last part of this
But let me say
this
this. Hold on,
podcast.
hold on, P. Gunner. If you are the age of 18 coming out of high school, I advise you to take some real estate classes.
Hey, it's an up and down market, but right now it's up.
Man, by the time you turn 35, you will be a millionaire.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And my dreams and aspirations and everything like that, like I just said, I'm not the type of person to leave my kids money or unless I really had it like that. But the only thing I could do is leave a house for y'all.
What
You
you want
know,
to do, you want to put them in a position for family financial wealth to where is that you doing things like the others, like the Rockefellers, you leaving financial wealth for your family where they kids won't have to worry about anything and they
there
kids
you
won't have
go.
to
Keep
worry
it in the
about,
family just for
you know,
memories, because it's
generational
always
wealth
a
is what they
story.
call it.
Yeah, I said
Generational
story.
wealth. And I really, I was born in the 70s, and I was hearing my father and them really talk about it, and they was telling me that, around these years now, back in the past, this right here is going to be spoken of, and this is
Right.
going to be prevalent. And like others that's my age, you really didn't think about it. But now, since you hear so much of it, shit, we should have gave a thought to
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Especially the coming man when you had the opportunity. The COVID, that was the opportunity to come up, but it's still a chance to come up because see, if you enter things, then them stocks, they get you paid. But
Oh
I'm
yeah.
telling you, man,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know,
But
assets get you paid as well.
yeah, that's a whole totally different conversation
Mm-hmm.
for another day, because that goes deeper, than what's on the surface when we say that. But like I said, the last part of this whole conversation, I'm gonna end it on this. It kind of ties in to inspiring things. That's why I picked for the whole credit thing to tie into the last any part of our whole segment or a whole podcast for the night. And it's about just inspiration. Because, like I said, everybody needs some inspiration, like I said in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can use it. Because I know I'm going through adversity. I don't wear it on my sleeve. But however, I got my problems. Everybody else got their problems going on too. And I'm just going to give my words, and Rip going to give his words of inspiration. Not only to ourselves or anybody else that's listening. And I would say, from my standpoint, just keep on going. Always keep on going. Even though it seems like it's raining, trust me, it's always a brighter side on the other side. You gotta just grit it. You gotta endure it, and you just gotta put on your raincoat sometime. And
Yeah.
then when that sunshine come out, take your raincoat out. Then you stunt. You gotta work for anything that you want out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And we got haters. That's a part of the work. And I know from my perspective, whether it's a baby mama or anybody else like that, I mean, I'm going through adversity, and I'm going to continue to do the right thing every day to keep on striving and be strong. You know what I mean? That's what we got to do every day.
Oh
So
yeah.
just look at something that really motivates you, whether it's your kids, your lifestyle, or just you just trying to prove somebody wrong. I mean, I know a lot of people don't go by proving things, but when people doubt you, for me, I love to prove doubters wrong. No different than somebody in basketball, a basketball team had a lot of doubters and believe they could do it. And that's a chip on their shoulder. You always have a chip on your shoulder when it comes to your everyday life and what you believe in.
Well, I'm gonna let these folks know because they gonna hear this a whole lot out of this mouth.
Rip dog.
Man, you can only make moves with people who making moves like you.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
this is what I tell my kids or try to tell my kids. But the other thing of it is that you have to take ownership of the responsibility of the things that you do. So it ain't no time for running. Take ownership. Yeah.
All the way.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold yourself accountable. Not to cut you off.
Yeah, you good. You know, players fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But take
Definitely.
ownership and learn from your mistakes.
And hold yourself accountable if you really did fuck up, like my homie Rip Dog said.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because today you may have taken a loss, but tomorrow you going to take that win.
And
you
I
know
was
what I'm
just
saying?
telling homie C-Ray, like, all L's is not losses.
No.
It's lessons.
It's lessons.
I mean,
It's mistakes being taught to you.
And then you got to learn from it. Embrace it. I do
know?
it all the time.
And see, we all fall victim. You know, we all, just like I told you earlier, we all fall victim to our emotions and they get us out of whack. But,
Yeah.
you know, you have to take ownership of the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, it'll make you a better person because, see, you're not throwing a rock and hiding your hand.
Can't hide it.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't hide it.
So, you know, to be real, you know, I think that a lot of people should just follow that in life and everybody will get along better. Because, see, you won't have these Karens and these petty Pete's and all these MFers like that. You know what I'm saying? Just being real.
Keep on doing your thing. If you're a real person, like little things like that, of being in a fake persona and everything like that, like, just be yourself. There's nothing wrong with being yourself. And just do your thing, man. Like,
And parents, stop sugarcoating this world to these goddamn kids, man. You know what I'm saying?
but you know, how we grew up and other people grew up, man, these kids grew up in the cyber age nowadays.
But the cyber age got these locked in, like they plugged in, like the Matrix. So you can't second guess the intelligence. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, true.
you know it's good to, and it's best to inform them about the worldly ways as well as the biblical and the religious ways.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Man,
And, you know,
get these kids right, cause it's too much going
it
on.
starts at the beginning. And I want to end just like this. Somebody in your family, anybody in your family got beef with or anything like that, end it right now because you never know when it's going to be the last time. And like just reach out to your family, even if you don't have the best rapport with each other. Try to get to know your family, especially the ones you love. You might have a disagreement, and that's something important because you never know when it's going to be the last time. You don't want to have any type of regrets when it comes to, you know, if anything is to happen to, you know, anybody that you love. You just never know what the script is. So
That's true.
I would say just you love somebody in your family, you have a disagreement. Move on from it. Just move on from it, and just love them. You know what I mean? Tell them you love them, and you know you wouldn't have to feel so much regret if anything was to happen. God forbid, but that's why you sit back and get to know each other as a family, like we talked about in the last episode. Love your family.
Yeah.
You know, always love your family and try to do something every year.
Yeah.
And live your life to the fullest and always be great, Rick. Don't get out of here. What else you got to say out of here, man?
Man, really not too much, man. We all just need to get along better, change the attitude of the mental better, and stop letting these folks putting these roadblocks in our way. Because you know, every
Yeah.
time I end up, I always say, hold it in the road, Jack. You know what I'm saying? You
You know,
can't
we
let
say
these
hold it.
folks, you know what I'm saying, just put these stumbling blocks. And then too, men, we got to be men, because I'm a victim of that myself. We got to be men because only men can raise men. We got to sharpen them eyes,
proactive
man.
men
We
with
got to
their
sharpen
children,
them eyes.
household, and then we need our women to be women to the men as well too. It goes hand in hand.
Because you can't raise that man by yourself. It's a certain point that you got to have a cutoff. It's a cutoff point.
Yeah, and it's a balance to everything. That's why you're always better together.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's nothing else you gotta say, Rip, I'm gonna tell everybody got it straight from the attic.
Mm-hmm.
It's your boy Sean P, aka P Gunner, with my homie.
Rip a parlay, and like I tell you every time and all the time, from the Midwest to the yard, hold it in the road, jazz.
Got it from the attic. Let's get it.
Yeah.
And I ain't from the A, you know what I mean? It's from the attic. Let's get it.
See each other again. Memories, never forget. Till the next time we see each other again. We see each other again. Precious memories is something we'll never forget. So much on my mind, I'm grieving. Snatched a part of my heart and left me bleeding. Cookouts you would stomp so hard, had lights blinking. High Life was the type of beer that you would drink in. Reminiscing on the days you helped lay the semen. That's around the time my dad worked for Siemens. And Uncle Larry, yeah, we miss you too. Spending nights over your house and stay dropping jewels. I always listen, you and Grandpa I'm always missing. Another memory, my dad's job going fishing. More time with you both, I'm always wishing. Everlasting memories, I worship y'all existence. Till the next time we see